Hey everyone, welcome back to Beneath the Tower. I'm Gary, and yesterday, 20th of March 2026, Jared Loesch gets on camera and tells the whole of the JW world that they're clarifying their position on the blood doctrine. A lot of the ex-JW community have been speaking about this, and before it came out, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be true or not, but yes, it's accurate, it's true. He gets on stage and he tells the world, he basically slaps every JW member in the face, because this doctrine that they've held pretty much all of my life was the worst doctrine that I had ever come up with, and it's actually killed the most people. Shunning is difficult. Every person who's been shunned right now, that teaching, that doctrine that they have, it hurts. People suffer. It really greatly affects people's mental health. But the blood doctrine, this was the one that killed the most people. This was the one that affected people's lives, and I can't believe it. I can't believe what they've just done. He came on camera looking like death warmed up, looking like like he needs blood himself, and he just told everybody that it's a personal decision. Each Christian needs to decide what they want to do with their own blood. And you know what? It's bloody ridiculous. It's bloody ridiculous. What idiots. I can't believe I listened to these fools. How can we let these men from another country, or sometimes it's the same country, people live in the US, but I live in the UK, we let these people from other countries dictate and tell us how we can live, what we can do with our own blood, what we can do with our own bodies, and we just accepted it. It's just sad. It's sad the amount of people that have lost their lives to this doctrine. I mean, it could have been me, it could have been my best friends, could have been my mom, could have been my kids. Anyone that I know could have ended up in a serious accident, and the decision would have had to be made. And like I said yesterday in my video, I was that dedicated to this religion that I was prepared to let my children die, because I would have refused for them to take blood. And if I ended up in a situation where I needed blood, I also would have refused. I would have died a martyr, thinking that I was doing something to please my God, Jehovah. I would have let myself die because of rules that these men get to come up with. And it's just sad. You know, I can't believe it. Why is it that they're allowed to get away with this? How can you just change rules that have been in place for decades, all of my life? And when I try to speak to my friends and family about it, when I post statuses on WhatsApp and they see it, and I told them the information before it came out, and then it came out, everybody went quiet. Nobody had anything to say, because they know that I'm right. They know that the ex-JW community is right. I hope this wakes up as many people as it can. I hope my friends actually decide to wake up and say, look, this is wrong. They're changing this, and this is the most serious doctrine of all, and they're changing it. Isn't it scary? Isn't it scary that these men can get away with something like this? And yes, they're doing it to protect themselves from going to jail, protecting their pockets, from lawsuits and being, taken advantage of. They are protecting themselves from liability. And I know for a fact that this is going to wake so many members up. This is a good thing because it's a change in the right direction. And like somebody said, small changes are better than no changes. But haven't we seen so many changes over the last few years? Well, this is the cherry on the top. This change is bigger than all changes. And I know that we've got more change to come. But we're living in uncertain times. And I feel like these people, we need to stop listening to these people. These men, these middlemen. I don't know who they think they are. But they're actually trying to pretend that they're in God's, they're God's mouthpiece, and they're just not. If this doesn't wake people up and make them realize that these men do not know what they're talking about. These men don't know what they're doing, and they're just making stuff up as they go along. If they don't come to that conclusion, I don't get it. If this doesn't wake you up, nothing will. I'm frustrated and I'm angry because somebody that I love could be dead right now because of this doctrine. And I stood by it. I stood by this doctrine for years. I carried a blood card for years. I was prepared to die for these men, thinking that I was doing it for God. And now they've changed it just like that, overnight. Wow. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with the governing body. And I'm pretty sure that echoes everybody else's feelings too. These men deserve to go to jail. They're blood guilty in God's eyes. And that means that they deserve more than jail. I hope there's a special place in hell for these men. Because you've taken advantage of good-hearted people. You've misled millions for decades. And I was one of them. I was a fool for joining up with this religion, with this organization. I got married at 25, and then a couple years later, in 2011, I got baptized. And ever since that time, I carried a blood card, and every day, and I taught people that taking blood was wrong. I mean, I haven't even tried black pudding, and that's like, let's say that's pig's blood. I've never tried it because of things like the Mosaic law, principles in the Bible that were taught to me from a very young age. There are so many things that I haven't done and I've been afraid to do because I've been worried about the blood doctrine. I don't know how they've gotten away with it for so long, but there's only so long you can get away with doing things like this to people. There's only so long. And they will get theirs. Trust me, they will. You can't get away with something this big. Everybody that I care about still in the organization, they're so quiet. They're so quiet right now. I don't know what they're thinking, but if I was in, I know what I would be thinking. I would be questioning right now. I would. I feel like I would be questioning things right now. This doesn't sound right. This isn't what we were taught. This isn't what I know. I wonder what's next. Some people say it's birthdays. I think we're gonna have a shunning update soon. You know, these things are getting them into trouble all over the world, different courts, Supreme Courts, and they're trying to close the gap, so to speak, and they're scared. I can tell that the governing body members are worried about where their organization is going. They're losing too much money. Oh, money's just falling out their pockets because of these lawsuits. So the less money that they have to invest for the future and line their own personal pockets too. But I don't know how they've gotten away with this for so long. I hope that this gives people that are in the organization the courage that if they're ever in a situation where they really need to take blood, they store their blood or take it, or someone else's blood even. I don't care. I would take it. I would take someone else's blood at this point, as long as it was compatible with me. And you know, I don't know much about it, to be honest, because I just haven't even bothered to even know the details about the blood. All I know is that I was not allowed to take it. And I'm so glad that they've made this change. But it's a slap in the face, isn't it? Isn't it a slap in the face? Oh, I'm so frustrated today. I'm so mad. We just need to stop following these men. I don't follow them anymore, but my friends and family still do, and I want nothing more for them to leave, to wake up and realize that this is all BS. Everything that they've been taught is rubbish. There's no way that these things, you know, can continue. These men they get away with murder. How many people have lost their lives to this doctrine? Children, parents, siblings, thinking that they were doing the right thing. And now that they've changed it, it means that they died for nothing. They could still be here if it wasn't for this teaching. And I just came out to rant again, because that's just what my life's like right now, full of spiritual, religious rants. I'm frustrated that my family and friends will not listen to me. And every single change that happens, it just confirms to me that I was right for leaving and right for not going back. Anyway, guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Beneath the Tower, I'm Gary, living in Birmingham, the UK. I'm gonna do more videos. I've got a better camera, I've got a mic. I'm just trying to get the best setup. Also, if you're thinking about starting a channel, don't wait, just jump on camera and start talking, and then just improve gradually. So anyway, signing out. I will see you guys soon, and subscribe and like this video, share it. Thank you very much. See you later.